Hello everyone, I am Monsi, the virtual version of Teacher Rams. Once again welcome to our school on air in animation. Visually speaking, it is now time to put your film to the next level. At this stage, you have gone through several tests and changes, making it as close to perfection as it can be. The cleanup will allow you to focus on the visual quality of your film to completely support its animated movement. So, what are you waiting for? Come and join me in exploring the world of animation on how to produce cleaned up drawings. On the cleanup stage, you will have to take every penciled animation drawing and redraw to its final visual outlook, or trace the light penciled versions. Because you have been busy thinking about the actions from the previous process, you may have left out design details which are not particularly important when establishing the overall movement. Cleanup will address all these issues. Cleanup can be done either by using a solid black pencil line, ink line, or a digital line created directly using a computer. Some animators prefer to do cleanup on paper, then scan into the computer and use a drawing application to get the consistency of the line, form, and design of their artwork. The direct digital technique is common now. There are a lot of digital tools you could use to do this. Adobe Flash is perfect for 2D vector or animation approaches. Either when you work on a rub-down original drawing, or draw on a fresh sheet of paper, over the original drawing and trace, there are certain things that you should take into consideration. The first thing to consider is line quality. You should use the same quality of line used in your original character designs. It is tempting to do some quick slight changes during the cleanup stage, but remember that even the slightest change may result in a loss of quality of your original inspiration. Follow through from drawing to drawing to stay with your original design. Next is, join the lines. If you will be using Flash to color the characters, it is important that all lines of a colored area should not have breaks in them. Gaps on the line will flood out the color fill to an adjoining color area or even across the entire screen. Flash does have the ability to fix broken lines but not all the time. Therefore, it would still be better to catch these errors at the cleanup stage and close all the gaps. Another is, pencil grain versus ink line. This depends on your style, but remember that digital animation can be a stumbling block at the coloring stage. Digital animation mostly uses solid color. Certainly, when you can scan your cleaned up drawing, a strong and solid black ink line will copy the best and provide you the fewest hassles later on. Describing volumes, even the most 2D character will imply that there is volume to his or her shape and dimension. If your character has broad shoulders or has a thick neck, you will need to continually create this illusion with the style and the approach in your cleanup drawings. Using thick and thin line variations here is important. Another one is implied geometry. You often use perspective to get panning camera effect. Therefore, during cleanup, use lines that emphasize the perspective as well as the overlapping volumes within the character. Implied geometry ensures that your audience understands what parts of the drawing are nearer and farther. Whatever is nearer to the viewer should appear proportionally larger than what is farther away. Last thing to consider is follow-through lines. As you have learned in basic drawing, characters are structured using a specific number of overlapping shapes and spheres. Consider working with a lightly drawn, follow-through line on your preliminary work, then put in your final dark cleanup lines. Please take a look of an example of rough drawing and cleanup drawing. Animation is the process by which we see still pictures or drawings move. The reason why the eyes are tricked into seeing movements can be explained by the persistence of vision theory, which states that the brain can hold on to an image for a fraction of a second after the image has passed. If the eye sees a series of still images very quickly, one picture after another, then the images will appear to move because the eyes cannot cope with fast-moving images. Thus, the eyes have been tricked into seeing moving images, an illusion, and that is animation. To make a very effective animation, the quality of lines and animation or drawing techniques has to be considered. Now, let us talk about animation or drawing techniques. First, dynamic animation pose. These are the different action poses that the character should project. It pertains to the body attitude of the key drawings in an animated scene, regardless of the facial expressions. It includes the character's attitude, emotions, its purpose in the scene, and how it should be expressed. Second, line of action. It is an imaginary line that extends through the main action of the figure. It strengthens the dramatic effect of the figures. Usually, it is a sweeping curve, a diagonal, or horizontal that exists in the center of the character on which the entire character is built. Third, balance in drawing. Balance is dependent upon the positioning of the line of action, however, it is not the same as symmetry. Considering a real-life scenario, it is easily recognized if someone loses balance and is about to fall over. If an animated character appears off-balanced, yet never falls down, the narrative is ruined because it causes confusion to the viewer's senses. Because of the expectations of what will happen when something is out of balance, balance hints of upcoming action. For instance, if a character leans forward and points, its other arm should certainly be stretched behind him to even things out, maintaining balance. Fourth, weight in drawing. Weight is related to balance and it is considered the most realistic aspect of movement. An animator has to meet the viewer's expectation of the character weight or the object's weight that the character has in contact. Heavy characters should show distinct shifting of balance and squashing of the legs as it steps, moving slow and deliberately. In a walking character, the weight is felt on the down position where the leg bends as it takes the weight and absorbs the force of the move. If a character is in contact with an object, the weight of the object is dictated by how much effort is required to move, stop, push, pull, or change its direction. Fifth, line art. It is any image that consists of distinct straight and curved lines placed against a background, without gradations and shade, darkness, or hue, color. It is usually monochromatic, but it can also use lines of different colors. It emphasizes form and outline over color, shading, and texture. It tends towards realism or cartoon. And last, drawing animation expressions. Facial expression is a form of nonverbal communication. It is one key to convey the character's mood and personality. It is the most vital aspect of drawing because it shows what the character is actually trying to tell. The key elements of facial expressions and the parts that change the most are the eyes, eyebrows, and mouth. The eyes and the eyebrows depict different possibilities of showing emotions. The mouth visibly expresses emotion of happiness and sadness through smiles and frowns, respectively. And that concludes our discussion for this day. Once again, I am Monsi, the virtual version of Teacher Rams. Until next time, keep safe always.